Yeah. So these are the lineups for tonight. Chelsea playing Real Madrid in the first leg of the UEFA Champions League. As you can see, they have changed their setup as well to more like match wing backs and stuff. And as is usual, as the weekend, nothing changed. More defensive with Aspi and experience. I think that's why he went for it. Over risk.
I see what Zinedine Zidane did there. Nimeona Kenya alifanya.
Yeah, you'll be given a chance to talk about what
you'll be given a chance. Yes.
Yeah. So, I would like to now have your comments, having seen the lineups. What do you think? What do you think the managers are thinking in regards to their lineups, and how do you think each team will approach this match? First of all, Remy, take us off.
For me, I think I have been watching Real Madrid in the past month, and first of all, the fact that they switched up what they are normally used to playing means that Chelsea is a side to be wary of. Yeah, sure, because if you notice, teams never switch up play if they're on their top form. You let the other team manage you. Yeah, you let the other team switch up play for you. But anyway, what I think is Chelsea are the underdogs. First of all, I like the lineup, but I would have picked Hakim over Pulisic, because I think Hakim has a bit more experience in terms of quality wise. Again, experience gives him an edge, so he'll have been a bit important in this game in terms of. There's a mute button right at the left corner of your device. Yeah, so I think given but anyway, we'll see what Pulisic can be able to do in this game. But given that Madrid, I think they are playing with 3 defenders, maybe they are looking at closing those gaps they usually create.
Yeah.
When they are playing those, ZH will have been important in putting balls there for Timo Werner. And also I will have preferred Reece James, because going forward he is something else. Also just managing one-on-ones. I wouldn't say his experience can be matched with Caesar's, but I think he is a kid who has developed very well, and going forward he brings so much quality, because we need the runs, but I'm sure they are wary of the pace of Vinicius Jr. and Marcelo and Benzema. So I think that's why Azpilicueta comes in to support this defense. Yeah. So they are pretty matched up teams. I think going forward in terms of ball progression, Toni Kroos and Luka Modric are good. So in terms of them progressing the ball, they'll move it forward, and we might have to sit back a bit, because I'm sure our possession will be in our box mostly because of Jorginho. So in this game, we have to depend on the pace of Pulisic and Timo Werner. And I hope that in the second half, ZH can come in to make a difference. So I think that is what I think. Yeah, and in terms of, okay.
Yeah, that's a very nice points. I think I agree with most of it. Kama, what do you say about the lineups? What do you think is the reason behind the switch up in Madrid and Tuchel maintaining his 11 from the weekend?
First, I want to describe my general feeling. I feel like 2012 first 11. And my heart is pounding right now. I don't know why. Just the general feeling. Yes. Yeah. But okay, I saw what Zidane did. He actually changed the formation to a 3-man back, like Chelsea, like to counter. Yeah. So I think Real will rely on speed and Benzema up front. So that's like Kante Jorginho team. So Kante can destroy any type of ball he can like try to bring in. The build-up. Give Jorginho, Rock, this guy Christensen or Thiago to supply the long ball so one can be had. If he's able, I think one is capable of keeping run at speed there and Pulisic also. So for me, I actually like the idea he started with Pulisic so that he can get the early goals maybe due to the explosiveness of the speed up there. Then later on, maybe you can bring in somebody like VH. Yeah, VH for the experience maybe. And also risk games to supply the crosses, the box. Yeah,
Yeah,
can only say that. Yeah.
yeah, that's very nice. I think, yeah, for the point of Pulisic, I think probably I'll give him my idea about it. Coley, what do you say?
First of all, enyewe, Real Madrid has changed the formation because they know Chelsea is not easy. And given the background of Tuchel when he meets Real Madrid, I mean, he has beaten them 4 times. Anything can happen. So I also agree with Kama. Pulisic is a good start. Actually, in the squad, I see he is the one who is going to give Real Madrid problems in terms of attack. But in terms of defense, N'Golo Kante is all over the earth, I mean. He's going to have them. And for Real Madrid,
Yeah.
I don't agree with Zinedine for starting Vinicius Junior. He should have started. Although it's because I know I get his point. It's because Hazard is just from injury, but I hope to see him in the second half. For the 45th minute, Abu, he should start actually the second half immediately, not giving him 30 minutes at the end because he is eager to play against Chelsea, first of all, and then their hunger to score against, because you see when players are playing against the team they love, they always love to score against it just to show how big they are. For starting as Piliqueta, that's kind of off, I guess. According to me, that's kind of off. You should have started Reese because Reese is more modern. He's more of a modern fullback and can deal with the. You see, Real Madrid have played with three center backs. You see, Militao, Varane, and Nacho. I think Reese would have made good runs and will have come up against Marcelo better, and also have defended against Vinicius. But no, in terms of defense, I as Pilicota is better, but I don't know who has a lot of base. I do not have the statistics. Yes, between Azpilicueta and Reese, I guess Reese is more fast. Ama?
That
Yeah, I think you're right. You're right. The only thing I think as Pilqueta is better to Reese is experience and age.
Yeah, that's the only thing I think Nini is better. I also love the Ama fan. The only Chelsea player I support. Oh my goodness, Mason Mount. This boy is talented. He's going to. I hope he's cost the one that will be there just for wiping the tears of Chelsea fans. I hope he's the one who's going to score that one goal because.
But
Ah,
before even John goes, first of all, this Madrid lineup is a defensive lineup. We have to say so.
yeah. It's a defensive lineup.
Yeah, because they are playing three center backs. They are playing 5 defenders, and then they have packed the midfield and
With Casemiro.
and they only expect Benzema and Vinicius to make those runs. So maybe they have played our mind. Maybe we thought they will have more of the ball. I don't know. We are yet to see who will have more of the ball.
But Kroos and Modric will be crucial because the others are defending. now the back ones, except Benzema and Vinicius, Cruz and Modric. If you have a hold of those two, then you're going to have a
but
hold
you know,
of the game.
it depends if they will have the ball. If actually they'll have the ball, they'll be fine. But even if they don't have the ball, I tend to think Benzema and Vinicius today, their role is just to run in behind this defense. So it's going to be.
What
It's
about
going to be
Vanna? Why are we not talking about Vanna?
I let John give his comments, then we will now discuss.
Yeah. So
Yes,
I
Vanna
think
should be discussed.
yeah, I think most of the points you've given is most of my thoughts. Probably I just maybe talk about as the quota for this case. I think I'm more surprised, but I think he's hesitant to bench his captain because I think those three defenders are right now are in very good form and they are playing at the highest level they can as individuals. Then I think also probably I'm not so sure, but maybe his thought is that maybe when you have Reese, you have more probability to cross the ball, and maybe we might not need that. So maybe he might need somebody to tackle rather than to make those runs and crosses. So I'm not really sure, but I'm also surprised that he went with the Aspi. Probably maybe it's tough for him to sacrifice Andras because he's the only one who could have gone out so that as Bilgota plays at right center back, because right now as Bilgota has to start for experience and everything. Then I think Pulisic starting, like most Remy saying that you will have liked Ziyech, which I understand, because when you have a player like Werner, you need those balls over the top, really. But when you look at how we play, especially this man, he'll be making 360s and returning the ball to Rudiger or to Thiago. You understand? When Werner constantly makes runs, but this guy who's supposedly supposed to be the man in the middle to make those lob balls, usually most of the time pass them here, here, and here. So Werner might not really have a production like say evening because of maybe he might make those runs, but they might not be fruitful unless, like Kama said, these two play very good long balls from deep. We might have them, but Pulisic is on form, and I think he deserves that, so he starts. And I think for Madrid, they are very good with those two in midfield, Modric and Cruz. Those guys can progress the ball. They can make those important balls we're talking about, us missing Ziyech to these two. So I don't know how we are going to deal with these guys in middle because, of course, they are outnumbered us in midfield. So I expect Mason to be tucking in so that we play with Pulisic and more or less Werner here, making those runs in behind. Then Mason can come in to assist those runs or can tuck in as a number 10 so that at least we can counter these numbers, because if they are to do us in midfield, you know what happens. That's where football is won. And yeah, I'm just excited because also this team has also a lot of mistakes here. This one is a mistake waiting to happen at some point. This one on his own, I know he's highly rated, but me, I've seen a lot more mistakes from him than any other elite defender. So I know if Werner plays well and runs exactly the way I expect, we have a chance here. Like this backline is not really something I will have a lot of faith in it if I'm a Madrid fan, because every of these defenders has some error in them. So we have a chance here. So I think it's a good game, and I'm looking forward